Alrighty, it's your boy Zuxis, and we are back with a Black Clover Mobile. Rise of the Wizard King, or whatever they're calling it now, because apparently they have 3 titles. We're back with a Black Clover video. Now, I know it's been a month. Obviously, things are going to be changing, so we might as well break it down now. First things first, in terms of upload, it's going to be different now, obviously. My plan before was to handle 2 channels, being my Bleach Brave Souls channel and then this Black Clover Mobile channel, but I ended up making another channel. Well, before this channel, of course, my Nikkei channel ended up blowing up, and now I'm focused on that channel. So uploads on this game, even when the game releases, probably won't be as consistent as I wanted them to be. It's just obvious, right? But now let's actually talk about this game, because one thing about this game is for some god awful reason, Black Clover Mobile cannot say a day. They can give you a month, they can give you a year, they can give you a quarter, but they can't give you a day. And it's my biggest problem with the game. Now, the game apparently is scheduled to come out in May. I'm not going to jump for joy and say the game is guaranteed coming out in May, because they said it was also coming out in November. That didn't happen. It was supposed to come out, I believe, the first half of 2022. That didn't happen. And all this stuff, right? They've said all these months before. So there's that. I'm not saying the game is not dropping in May. I'm just not going to say the game is guaranteed coming out in May, because I was also told the game was guaranteed coming out in November. Not even by leakers. Like, apparently they said that in an article or something like that. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on. But they made a lot of changes. Now, am I a big fan of these changes? No and yes, right? No on the hand of now I got to relearn the game. And then yes, because it's like it basically playing a new game, right? I think my knowledge for Black Clover Mobile will still somewhat be there most of the time in terms of mechanics and skills and stuff like that, and just general knowledge. But in terms of the characters, it's safe to say a lot of the characters, if not every single character, will have some type of different ability, especially since a lot of them were broken, right? So, for example, a character like Rill, I don't know if they posted it, but a character like Rill, actually right here, Rill is a character who got completely nerfed. Not nerfed, completely changed, right? Hey, we don't know. This Rill could be a lot better. It could be worse. I don't know. But Rill got changed. So before, if you guys watched me when I was playing the beta, Rill was a character who had a counter, right? On his ultimate, you could remove buffs. And then if you had his skill card, you had a 50% chance for all allies to, like, put a massive defense buff on them when you use the counter. And basically, it was like all that stuff. But they just took that away. He no longer does a counter on his second skill. He does an AoE, right? I think William also, right? His ultimate seems to be an attacking one now. He still could be supporting on that ultimate, but it's doing damage now, which it was not doing in the beta skill, the beta test, right? And also the animation has changed, right? So a lot of the characters have changed. It's safe to say, I want to say, like, if not every single character, I want to say maybe 80% of these characters will have some type of tweak in their skills, right? Especially since they found Rill to be broken with a counter. There's no question the seasonal characters like Mimosa will get fixed, right? Because she was a character who could literally do 2 damage and heal you for 50k. She can out heal bosses, right? And because there's no timer in this game, literally you could kind of cheat bosses with her, right? If a boss hit me for 10k and my HP was 50k and they always hit me for 10k and I did 10 damage, right? I did 10 damage and then I always healed for 50k, 40k, then thing. I believe though in those boss fights, over time, the more time that passes, the stronger your characters get. One of those types of mechanics. It was like that for PvP. I don't remember if it was like that for outside it. But yeah, the game has a lot of changes, right? We have a lot of new characters as well, right? Not gonna jump for joy for these new characters. I hope they don't come out on release. Because apparently the game's bond system. Let me see if I can find it. But apparently the game's bond system seems to have it seems to be the same. Now, it's a very, very bad thing. This is not a good thing. It's a very bad thing. The reason why it's a bad thing is because they will make no money. I'm sorry. The game had horrible rates. They had a horrible pity system. So I have hope because of that. But they kept this bond system, and essentially what the bond system was is it basically gave you dupes for the characters, right? And in this game, dupes don't work like other games where they kind of just increase your stats. I mean, they do, but basically the rarity of the character was depending on dupes, right? To get a character from SSR to UR and then from UR to LR, you needed dupes of the characters, right? And you can get the dupes from either the bonds or you could summon for them, right? So there's that. But I feel like it kind of doesn't make sense to still have dupes in the bonds. And this character here, you might say it's a SR. No, this character got changed to SSR. Lotus, I believe that was the name. Lotus got changed to a SSR, right? What's his name? Lotus? Too much characters in Black Clover, bro. Yeah, his name was Lotus. Yeah. So Lotus, he got changed to an SSR. This guy was an SR in the beta. Now he's an SSR unit. Apparently Leopold or whatever is SSR as well. A lot of these characters are just SSRs now. A lot of the SR characters are just SSRs now. But we do have other characters that I thankfully, like, I prayed that Sister Lily got a unit, and she is in the game. She's an R unit now. I mean, it's better than nothing, but I was so worried that Sister Lily was not going to actually get a unit. She is an R character now. So keep that in mind, right? I don't know. I feel like Black Clover is still a game that's going to be hype. Um, but it definitely has a lot of problems with it, right? Because it's a free-to-play gacha game. Like any other gacha game, their main goal is to make money. So if you have a gacha system where we basically just have to go for one copy, you're not going to make money. Because they gave a decent amount of currency, right, in the beta. Now, again, it was just the beta, so I'm not going to say all the currency we got from the beta is what we're going to get in the actual game. No, but there's no question on release, so welcome, and like an opening to the game, we're going to get a decent amount of currency. And again, if you just go for one copy, you can easily level up their bonds, which was very easy to do. It was very, very, very easy to do. You can get their bonds up and just get their dupes. So my biggest problem with this game is that they can never say a day, an actual day, to save their life. And like I said in the beginning, I'm not going to say the game is officially coming out in May because they confirmed it. Because again, in their little interview article, like the article about the interview with the devs or whatever, or something like that, they said the game was coming out in November, like in an article or something like that. It never happened, right? When the beta came out was when the game was supposed to come out, right? So I don't know. And keep in mind, that's just Korea, I believe. I believe Korea, the Korean game is coming out in November or May. And then we don't know when the JP one is coming out. I guess it's coming out shortly after that. And then the global one, everybody's just saying June and July for some god-awful reason. I hope it comes out very earlier. I don't know why they have to wait for... It doesn't even make sense to me. Why is Korea and JP coming out before global when global was the only one that got a beta? What? Am I tripping? I just took that in. Why is Korea and JP coming out months before the global version when the global version was the game that got the beta that's already in the App Store? Like, what? Am I tripping? Yo. I don't know, bro. I'm still here for Black Clover at the end of the day. Even if I don't record as much as I wanted to, I'm still going to be playing the game a lot. Right. Again, like I said, Nikkei is still going to be my main focus as of right now. So even when this game comes out, don't expect me to be the biggest or the most consistent Black Clover YouTuber, because that's not going to happen anymore. It's just turn of events. It's as simple as that. But I'm definitely still going to be playing every day. Probably still be as invested as I was when the beta dropped and all that stuff. But yeah, I guess they also said a PC port was in the works. Like, I'll believe it when I see it. It's just like any other game. I don't want to hate on Black Clover. That's not one thing I want to do. But when you look at these comments, like under the... This is the Black Clover Mobile News Twitter. Definitely go follow. But people, like, they just... Because, like, people are such a big fan of Black Clover Mobile, or not even Black Clover Mobile, just because they're a big fan of Black Clover, they will defend a game. And it's like, I don't like defending something that I know is just not right. You know how much people are telling me the free-to-play bond system is good? Like, no, I don't care if this is your favorite show of all time, if there's something bad with it, if there's factual information, just something wrong with it, I'm going to say it's wrong, and I'm not going to enjoy it until they fix it. It's as simple as that. But if you want all the information on the stuff, you can go ahead and follow the Black Clover News, BlackCloverMobile EN, that's the @ for Twitter. That's it, bro. It's your boy Zeoxys. I'm out. Peace.